Hey, welcome in. Cosmo Quality, KEP Heathen. Hope everybody's doing okay. Okay, so I start my live and then suddenly all the cats wake up. Hi, Kitty. It's like Dusty wants to join us tonight. Everybody wants to see your cat butt. Oh, spoiled rotten. Then my nose itch. Get out, Evans. Oop. So it seems he's the only one that woke up when I started talking. So guess he thought I was talking to him. Oh, no. Tiger came in now. Hello, Holly. Welcome in. Good to see you too. This cat was behind a laptop asleep. And when I started talking, it woke up. All right, let's stay there. That's a good spot. Stay away from the keyboard and we'll be good. Yeah, stay away from the keyboard. Hey, good evening, Shawnee Groves. Mm, well, I'll wait until a few more people come in before I start. We actually have a subject tonight, kind of. Meanwhile, we'll just pick all 11s from the cat. Oh, okay. Cool, Shawnee. Thank you. He's a pretty good cat. All right. Isn't it funny how a cat could be around you all day long? They take a nap, and then when you're about to do something, it's like, oh, Dad, Mom, I haven't seen you all day. Here, let me love on you and get all the pettings and attention and everything. It's like they haven't seen you all day. You haven't left the house. one over here. There's one over there on the bed asleep, sprawled out. That's how he sleeps. He sleeps either stretched out on his side or on his back. If any of you have been keeping up with the whole frozen waterline saga that has ensued here, everything has busted loose without busting. So I've got hot water, I've got cold water, and I've got drains working. So, yeah. All right. Now, if we just keep it flowing, I'll be a happy camper. I'm getting some weird glitching here. And I think it might be the touch up. Yeah, that's what it was. Shawnee's asking Ali about the weather. We'll be in the 30s and 40s this week. I watched Big Planes spray big lines today. It pissed me off. Pisses me off too. Because you know that's not normal. Crazy Live Homestead. How you doing, Mo? Good to see you. Oh, you're in Central Jersey, the land of... You're like the new Area 51. You know, it's like the original Area 51. It is old news now, so Central Jersey is the new one. Okay. Gotcha. I mean, I joke about it, but it's the truth, isn't it? A few days ago, now people have been, let me adjust this mic here a little bit. People have been complaining about the weird fog and that awful smell that comes with it. We didn't have fog here, per se. Welcome to the stage, live from Minnesota, is Shawnee Groves.
Hello, everybody.
The host of a fantastic growing channel.
Yes, we like to grow every day in every way at Shawnee Grows.
Absolutely.
I'm going to multitask on your live.
Cool.
I'm going to plant seeds.
Hey, that works.
So I'm going to scoot it in here and you just keep talking.
Okay. I went out and of course I live in Central Kentucky, and there's a lot of people that are heating their homes in the winter with wood, and I used to do it up until about 2 years ago, and I finally just quit doing it because I got tired of dealing with the wood. Oh, hey, you know what? While I speak,
are you going to make me big?
There you go. Yeah.
So these are seeds that I'm starting for Minnesota in my zone 5A, 4B. For February is what we're going to call it, but I'm trying to get a head start. So I have this celled tray in a 1020 in a 1020 bottom because I bottom water. And what I want to do is I have a little spray bottle. Now this soil has been pre-moistened. It is a 80-20 mix of a potting soil. I chose Fox Farm and worm castings. I am going to post videos about this on my channel, so make sure you're subscribed. And what I'm trying to do is just make it wet. And then now I'm done talking.
Oh, look how tiny they are.
Itty bitty seeds. Yeah.
I find myself being really impatient with tiny seeds.
So I've learned as I've gone into growing for 6 or 7 years now that if I just take some time in the beginning and be patient with planting, I have less thinning and chaos later. Now, there are seeds that are perfectly fine to broadcast. I just not for the celery. I'm trying to just get one in each slot here. It's okay if there's two. Where's my water? What were you talking about?
So, there's been this talk all over the world about that weird fog and that really, this chemical smell that goes along with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying that a lot of people burn wood in the wintertime around here to keep warm. I did it for a while, but 2 years ago I quit. And
Yes.
peace out for the sunshine. How you doing, Carol?
Hi, Carol.
But I've smelled, and I've smelled this before, because I used to burn coal along with the wood. And it smelled like coal, but it didn't smell like the coal was hot. And the only thing it kind of reminded me of the old coal oil. Hard to say, coal oil. And because it didn't smell like it was burning. There's a difference between the smell of coal and still in its solid form, and coal is burning. It's an odor that sticks with you. And and that's what I smelled one day. I stepped outside. I was going to fly the drone, and I was like, "My God, what is that stench?" And I just attributed it to the people across the road from me burning wood, but I thought, well, it must be burning coal because I smell coal, but it doesn't smell like burning coal. It smells like a fresh coal. It's just been poured into somebody's, yard or whatever. It's hard to explain, but I don't know if that's the smell people were smelling or not, but I just think it's weird that we didn't really have that kind of fog here, but we're not a highly populated area. Ooh.
This is a 5x5 tray, so let's see. An empty one I can show you easier and not get dirt everywhere. This is a 5x5. So for these, what I'm doing is broadcasting onions. So this is a yellow of Parma. This is a long day onion for my area. I have to grow long day. It goes by sunlight hours. This is a storage onion, and this is called Rosa de Milano. This is a red onion that is for storage purposes. And again, it's long day. So I'm broadcasting them in the right spots here because I started already with this is this lane, this is this lane.
Cool. Wow, look at that.
So for these, there's no spacing I care about. I'm just trying to get them in here. They can be touching. What we do is once they get 8 inches tall, we give them a haircut down to 5 inches. You can give them a fish fertilizer. And then once they go outdoors, you're not going to be cutting them anymore. And you just get them wet. You put their roots in a bucket of water and you tease them apart and then you plant them at surface level. GT Junior grows it. Onions. Yep, I did celery and now I'm doing 2 different kinds of onions. I have not seen fog that smells bad in my town.
Well, good.
Yeah.
We still get the lines across the sky.
Yes.
Some days are they're thick, and other days they just, they disappear as long as they're.
So for my celery, I did a surface sow. I can show you again. And they need light to germinate, so I don't even top dress them for the celery. I don't even really top dress the onions either. I'm just gonna kind of pat them in.
Hey, good evening, Angel.
Hello. So that's the reds. This is the yellows.
Carol says no smelly fog here either, just the occasionally smelly dog.
Smelly
But
dog.
then I give her a bath.
Oh.
Dusty, my God, you are so needy today.
So for germination, I keep my seed starting area at like 70. It's like in between 65 and 72, depending on if the lights are on or not. And then they're not supposed to go outside until 50-degree soil temps. They are a cooler growing crop. So I don't use heat mats.
I don't either.
And last year, all the celery I transplanted outside disappeared. And I had to go buy starts from a greenhouse nursery that looked 100 times better than mine. And they lived and they gave me celery. So this year, we're going to really try and make it work ourselves. But you can always feel defeated and go to the nursery and buy starts. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Sounds like something I would do.
And that's what beginner gardeners should do. You should go to the nursery and fill up your cart. Don't even try to start seeds in the house. Direct sow and start seedlings.
I do it, and I'm not even a beginner.
Water's empty.
Hey, popcorn.
Hello, popcorn. Here, I'll show you the celery GT if he's still here. Ugh. So for the celery, I did end up putting more than one seed in each cell, but it's this style tray. If you can see that GT. So they kind of have their own little home. But I know that when I go to transplant them outside, I can pull apart too and plant them. So we'll see if this method works. Where the onions, I'm just going to let them grow together, and then you put them in a bucket of water and you tease them apart and plant each rooted celery or onion. My bad. That's that. I want to put more in soil, but I only have so much grow room space. So we should stop. So I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, don't feel bad, popcorn. I've never had any luck growing celery for some reason. Maybe I could change that this year. I haven't been outside much today, so I don't know what the skies looked like. I'm sure they were painting the sky again today. Ah, gotcha, garden warrior. Yep. Crazy Life's gonna try celery this year. Go. Good luck. I hope you do better than I have. I want to call this one. I'm going to rename this cat Mr. Needy. You okay with that, Dusty? I'm going to call you Mr. Needy. Okay. All right, Mo. We'll still be here. Yeah, he just wants some attention. He's had attention all day long. Him and his sister. They've all taken turns giving out affection today. They've been extra lovey. All right. Take your little nap. Not that you haven't slept all day. GT Junior grows in Alaska says, guess my temperature. I'm going to say 40. That's my guess. Everyone type in your guesses for temperature for GT Junior's weather up there in Alaska right now. 44. I was close. I was just 4 off, 3 off. Yeah, 4 off. We're going to be in the 50s, almost 60 all week, dude. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Had some plumbing problems here with both the water and the drains. Both were blocked tight. I mean, just of course. I mean, we got down to 0. So, and even below that, we got. I think the lowest we got was like minus 5 or 1 or 5. I can't remember. It's all blurred to me. What am I rubbing in? The weather? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Passamaquoddy. But I have to celebrate in a small way because it's just been the cold weather when it came, it just hit us hard. It was one winter storm after another. And I have to celebrate anytime that we get temperatures off of the 20s or below. So I don't mean to rub it in, my friend, but yeah, it was bad. It was rough. So we're going to be. Yeah, we're going to be in the 50s and close to 60, but still yet our overnight temperatures are still going to be cold. They're still going to be like low 30s, probably in the 20s. So, hey, there's Bug Out Adventures, one of our new subscribers. Yeah, howdy, right back. I'm glad you stopped in. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back, Sean.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna catch up on the chat.
Yeah, so we're still winter, but overnight, so it doesn't matter. if it's warm in the daytime, cold at night, I don't care. It's kind of like living in the desert. without all the sand. GT said it was 44 degrees up there.
That means all the snow melted away.
So, hey, we can't blame him for any cold we get.
It's like gonna be 50 on when's the 30th? Thursday? Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
Thursday.
we're looking at 50s.
Someone's gonna have to tie me down because I'm gonna want to put seeds outside. And I know that it's fake. It's not real warm.
Well, it's a break. Let's put it out. Yeah, I mean, tomorrow it's going to dip down to 43. And then the rest, all the way up to Tuesday of the week after this week is going to be in the 50s. So I wonder what it's going to be like after that. But overnight temperatures, 30s and 40s. I'm not going to, it's nighttime. What am I going to do outside in the dark?
Well, it's still dark kind of early, too.
Yeah.
It's not like we have until 7 or 9 o'clock right now.
Yeah. Oh, no. The phone's battery may run out soon. Oh, no.
Okay.
Ask me if I care.
Yeah, Mike, I was just looking at pictures for today a year ago, and we had snow at least.
Hey,
We didn't
Mike.
get a lot of snow last year, though. Yeah.
I see you. Yeah. You're there. They just laid it on thick today for attention.
Oh, yeah.
They're not deprived.
Are things really getting better, or is this the calm before the storm? Let's talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's too soon. We're not even out of January yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what's got me worried. I don't want to be a pessimist, but
we had people on a plane to, I think it was Colombia, and the Colombia president or ruler or whatever they are was like, we don't want them back. And so now we're putting some rules in place with them, and if they don't follow some rules by a certain time, there's going to be some added rules, and it's just the beginning. We've still got places on fire. We've still got people without homes. We've still got seeds to talk about, growing season coming up. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. And I don't want to be negative, but I just want to be realistic, because we're not going to have this utopia. Because don't you feel like that's kind of what they're saying, that we're going to have this utopia because of who's in,
because we have a hero. It takes so much time now. Yes, there's like 100 EOs signed. Yes, there's people fired. Yes, there's action going on, but it takes a long time for the dominoes to fall and then for a consequence to happen. Plus, we have unpredictable weather patterns going on. People are seeing things they haven't seen in years. Infrastructures aren't built for that. This is one person and one team and one administration. They can't be everywhere at the same time. We have the entire planet we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm. Everything we do here, and when I say we, I'm actually speaking of our government, has a direct positive or negative or both outcome for all these places, all these countries around the world. It's going to be, if it's great for us, somebody somewhere is suffering. I just can't.
Yes.
I'm glad. Okay, I'm glad he's
There's
there.
that.
Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
We, considering what we just went through for the last 4 years, but I don't think it's going to be a utopia. And I feel like that's what they're, I hope to God nobody says, oh, look, oh, everything's great. Please.
I think we still need to have situational awareness. I think we still need to turn inwards to what's important with who's close to us. I think we still need to take responsibility to where our food comes from, which I'm very um, anticipatory waiting to see if we have big changes in our Food and Drug Administration this year, next year, or soon.
Yeah.
There's a lot to still hone in on locally for each individual and not get lost in the big wide world of blue and green, but it's what is it? What's going to happen?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm worried about because um, it's happened. Okay. Everything that he signed for, everything he promised happened in a very short amount of time. He got, like Kentucky Goblin said today, he
Randall,
got more done in what
7 days, 4 hours.
7 days?
I mean, pick a
Yeah,
time.
than the other administration did in 4 years. And everything the other administration did was negative.
It's hard. It depends on who you ask. It's a whole. It depends on the eyes. Um, there's things that have been undone, right? There's things that have been restarted now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's people who are scared.
Yeah, I
I don't
mean,
think it needs to be that way.
no, but I'm just looking at it because I can't be like, I don't want to fall for a big, um, you know, oh, everything's going to be wonderful, and then I find out at the end of the year that it's not so much, it's not so great.
We still need to run a budget. We
Like
still need to what?
who's going to benefit from all these changes? That's what I'm worried about.
There's always someone who has to stay poor. We cannot ever have everyone comfortably numb. Okay? Someone's in the
Yeah.
poorhouse still, right?
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's how it works. There's a lot going on in the chat.
Yeah, I know.
So
Hard to keep up with.
someone talked about the Colombia situation. Thank you for the update, Passamaquoddy. Carol's using that utopia word here. Mike has a point about last time they begged for migrants to harvest food rotted. We saw all this already. We want to hope that it's going to get better. Drill baby drill is happening at some point here. We want to have more things created here on our soil instead of imported in. We need people to do the job. It takes time to build these things. I'm happy that I'm not going to be forced to buy an electric vehicle. Now, my state is a little wishy-washy when it comes to that still, because states still have decisions they make themselves outside of federal, but I don't like being told what I have to do.
No, I don't either. Yeah.
GA, it has shut down all poultry, everything. Yeah, there's a lot of poultry talk. There's a lot of talk with the bird flu going on, with mutating. It does feel like they're trying to pull another wool over our eyes with that. Thousands of illegals broke through Mexico's southern border, and they're running loose on their way to our borders. We should still have the migrants. They were here long before the mess at the border. There's a lot of words and language and vocabulary when it comes to a migrant, an immigrant, an illegal alien. It's 3 different definitions of people. The farming migrants, I mean, if you have a job and a sponsor, you can stay, and you have a criminal history, you don't. Yes, Carol, there are special paper applications you fill out. Right, Mike, we don't need people. Do you want me to keep reading? Do you want to
No,
take
you're
over your
fine. No, you're
Okay.
fine. No,
Okay. So Mike's talking about we don't need billionaires to be trillionaires. I hear you 100%. Um, if you look at, I think it's Fred, FRED, there's graphs all over about inflation and economy and patterns for over the years and when gold went really high. Has anyone looked at the price of gold lately? And when gold went low and what was happening in the world as far as the cost of everything. And there's the data's out there for you to soak up.
yeah.
Have the people applying for welfare to harvest work for their allotments. Passamaquoddy's having a bright idea here, a little light bulb moment like that. I like the fact that you would have to go put your hours in doing a service to get your card loaded. hmm a kleptocracy or oligarchy. I don't know that word, Mike. Oligarchy? I don't know. Mike,
Oh,
come up here and say
kleptocracy
it.
or oligarchy.
Okay. Uh,
Kleptocracy is like, well, the first part of the word is klepto.
Klepto, yeah. Getting our own people to work again, says Duncan, will be a big problem after getting checks to sit at home. No matter what party's in the house, billionaires become trillionaires. Well, they all have those little minions, accountants of tax loopholes that they work through and offshore money, and they know what they're doing. They have the money to make the money make more money for them, where peons, it's a little harder to do that.
Mm-hmm. And just like the first 4 years, Trump has said this time around too that he didn't need their money. He didn't need to be paid to do the job of president. I'm sorry, but what rich person doesn't try to get richer?
Well, I don't know
Mhm.
any personally to interview them this mindset, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I just hope that his parents are looking down at him and are proud of him for what he's doing.
yeah.
They should be. And he's being a really good example for his family because he has a family. Catch y'all later. See you, GT. How'd the
Mm,
dance go, if you can tell me in one sentence?
yeah. I don't know. I think maybe, me personally, I think I'm a little gun shy because we've been promised a lot of stuff. And you come to find out later on that it was all for corporations to get richer. Yeah, I would love to see stuff made here in America again. We lost that years ago.
Which
Years
means it
ago.
might cost more.
I might,
Are
yeah.
are the people willing to do that? Are they willing to put the work in? Are they willing to pay more for something made in USA? Because that
Well,
used
it's
to
just
mean
like you
something.
said, they got paid to sit at home. I mean, will they take the bait? Will they, get off the couch and go to work? I mean, I would think that if stuff was made here in America, people would gain a sense of pride that I think we lost a long time ago.
I think that there's this transition period, and it's going to take longer than we think it's going to take to like get to a better point. I really, I really want change in education, change in the Food and Drug Administration. I want change with these services where you can't get crap with that magical card. It's not
Yeah.
going to allow you to purchase those items anymore. I understand that it's a service, and I just think it needs to be tightened. Did GT? Oh no, GT never wrote back.
Ow, stop.
There's all kinds of business write-offs. There's all kinds of people that do have some kind of assistance from the government, and they understand that they can only make income up to this level. Otherwise, that assistance gets taken away. So let's say that they become a small business owner doing something, and they only write off what they make is this number, but everything else they have assets wise, it's wrote off on the business. So that's a loophole to be able to be on assistance, still have a business, still have an income, and not get kicked off. You balance the spreadsheet of what's being claimed and what's being wrote off. Now it gets bigger when you're talking about these millionaires and billionaires of trusts, and when you make donations and how it's taxable, deductible. There's people, I process donations for a living, and it's mind blowing the amount of money that flows through people's fingers for different places. And I only see this much of it in our country as far as places that accept donations.
Wow.
Everyone worldwide over a certain tax bracket should take a pay cut. I hear you guys in the chat.
Yeah.
Yes, Duncan, the chicken farms, not in my state, but close to my state, all had people who did not have English as a first language come to do the grunt work of dirty jobs, and I'm not going to say any more about that.
Yeah.
People talk how great 50s were. Well, companies kept profits. Now companies work for shareholders, which doesn't help employees or products. The worst are those on top and boards of non-for-profits. Well, part of me says, why do we have sports? Why do we have athletes? Why do we have all this entertainment mumbo jumbo garbage? But it's brought to my attention that these big paying athletes invest their money in things that are actually important, and they keep them going. Now, a lot of it to me is still unnecessary.
Oh, well, yeah.
But that's my opinion. It used to be company-made product, owner had mansion, boss had a nice house, employees had modest homes with living wages. The profits went back to the business no longer.
Yeah, well, cars were cheaper too.
He wants to make cars in America again.
Yeah, but what's that going to cost? They're already so astronomically high that there for a long time you can get a used car off of a lot.
I mean, it's almost like we need to just cut ties for a little while and see how that feels, like taking care of our own. Now, I don't mean just the United States. I mean North America, keeping North America working together, and anything across the water, just you're on your own for a little bit.
Well, it should be, and we should be taking care of our own people. And we haven't been. And veterans are a good example of that. Veterans were just thrown off to the side. They were sent back home after experiencing probably the worst nightmare in their lives. And they were expected to adjust on their own. No.
Now, our intake process to have people get a green card, get a worker's permit, to get their citizenship here needs to be reevaluated. There was a gal who was a Canadian that was teaching in America and wanted to stay in America and wanted to get her citizenship. And it was years and zeros of dollars to get this process finalized. And I don't think it should be that way. I believe in us accepting all people, and I need it to go through some kind of system and checks and balances, but I also think our system needs to be completely changed as far
Yeah.
as intake and processing. I hope to see the FBI get their butt slapped and rearranged. I think some of that has already started to happen. They need to be more accountable for what is going on. There's so many irons in the fire, Barry.
Yeah.
It goes on and on and on and on and on, my
And it's
friends.
really hard to keep up with it all too. But eventually you'll realize that everything is tied together. You know, um, okay, so here's an example. I was watching something earlier today, and this guy was reading letters from his viewers. Oh, cool. Okay.
That's dangerous. What?
Yeah, well, obviously he screens them before he reads them.
Must have, yeah.
But this man worked for um, pharmaceuticals. He was just, peddling the pharmaceuticals, and he was, basically peddling them to the medical institutions and doctors. And one day he took a step back and realized that he was nothing more than a pharmaceutical. Um, oh God, what was the word? Um, it wasn't good. I can't remember the word right now. I'd have to. It probably come to me when I'm not even live. Um, in other words, he was just peddling. He was just peddling death, basically. So people. So finally, when his eyes were opened, he realized what he was doing. He he talked to, I think it was a doctor or something, and he was like, I think he was second guessing because he was making good money, but he was second guessing himself and the type of work he was doing.
Okay.
And it was like at the beginning, these new medications were great. And then somewhere along the line, somebody decided if we keep these people sick, we could give them more of these medications and then get them hooked. And then we had like 30-year-old people on medicines that they didn't need because there was a more holistic way or more healthy way to do it. And then after so many years of doing that, they turn around and they realize now the people who were keeping them, in the green, keeping the money coming in for doctors and the guy peddling the dope to the doctors, now they became a liability. Because you could say, okay, the doctor gave me all this medicine, but it made me sick. So I was sicker than when I started. Suddenly, these people become a liability because they can say, well, because this pharmaceutical company made these, I can sue them. And it was better to have those people pass away due to that medication than it would be to actually try to help them with something other than medication. So is that how they're going to handle this whole mess in America?
I don't think I've heard any plans as far as changing that mess, because that's a mess.
Yeah.
That is a big steaming pile of mess that started back when we got TVs in our homes. Honestly, is when this all started. The best thing you could do for yourself is have ad-free everything, and don't listen to any of the advertisements because it's all garbage. Food is a medicine. Treat the whole body, not a symptom. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of people think that going to hospitals is the best answer instead of seeking out the old way of healing because it's
Yeah.
harder work. It's much harder work. You have to have
And
much more discipline.
we are as gardeners, we are practicing a lost art.
Yeah.
You know,
Knowing how food grows, knowing what to do with it,
and
knowing how to prepare it.
knowing that there's foods and there's herbs that we could take that could reverse damage and what. So and the reason I bring that up is because Crazy Life said that that no one twisted their arm to take the meds. You're exactly right, but they don't know any better because they're not taught anything different.
There's a lot of lost skills of asking why 5 times before you say yes to something. There's a lot of lost skills when it comes to questioning authority. There's a lot of mismanaged households and children raising children, and
Mm-hmm.
it's sad. They thought what they were doing was right. They thought they could, I mean, look at all the people that could trust doctors back before 2019, 2020, 2020. A lot of
Yeah.
people trusted doctors. And after that, you know, I have people that write me letters and they talk about how all of a sudden their health insurance changed and they're no longer allowed to go to the hospital they've been going to for 30 years because it's no longer in their network.
Hmm.
Don't even get me started on the C word. I can't talk about it. I
Yeah.
have to leave if we talk about it.
Yeah. We don't have to go there.
Your channel, you can talk about it. I'll just take a break.
No, because I don't want anyone uncomfortable either. Viewers, or co-host or guest or whatever. I don't want anyone uncomfortable either. I just feel like, and because I've had conversations and I've listened to conversations with Goblin and his brother and myself, and sometimes I sit back and I listen, but I don't say much. I'm having a hard time believing that things are going to turn around. I guess because, as I said earlier, I may be gun shy because we have been screwed over so bad, that when something good comes along, it's hard to believe it.
Yeah, like, is this a mirage?
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel like we still need to get, does it need to get worse still, more worse before it gets better, right? We don't know.
Yeah, I think it will. I think because, he's doing good things, and I'm not against that, but he's doing good things, somebody's going to be pissed. Unfortunately, someone's going to be angry. And he doesn't care. He's, and that's good. I'm glad he doesn't care. I'm glad he's sticking to his guns. But I just wonder if it's going to be a country that's like,
Well, we still have a House and Senate to speak up. He doesn't run the whole show.
Right.
The way our Constitution is set up is there's still other voices here. And then we have states that have a voice. And I'm not saying our country's way of running everything is what all countries should do. I don't know if any of us have figured out a good way to do this thing called life, as far as all the way the countries run, like whether it's a, dictatorship or prime minister or president, like I don't know if any of them are the answer because no one seems to be having a good time.
Well, I know, and the problem is that we can't have a government like North Korea's. It's funny. North Korea took pride in being called the hermit country for years, and then suddenly, I think when Kim Jong-un came into power, he decided, I want to flex my little muscles. I mean, you're probably taller than he is. I mean, but suddenly he wants to flex his muscles with his little, fancy crew cut haircut and everything. I'd be more worried about his sister than I would be him, but to be honest with you, because she looks like she's a mean. B word, but yeah, I mean, suddenly he wants to push people around, and it's like, why are all these countries all interlinked together? Why are we the hub? I feel like we're like the hub, and all these countries are the spokes of the wheel. Why can't we be more like North Korea, the way North Korea used to be, and take care of our own? Why are we so reliant on all these other countries?
Yeah,
And,
doesn't Russia want to take care of their own?
yeah,
They are.
and for the
They
most part, they have. I mean,
are.
at some point,
Now, if you interview the people living there,
they have a different. Yeah, they kind of like have a like
depends on
varying
which part you're
opinion.
in. I
Yeah,
know there's people that I watch that have left and they live around Russia. They don't live in Russia anymore. And they report on like, what's the price of food? Are people happy? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, some people want it that way. Some people just leave. Just leave. Okay. You know, a lot of people have said they're just going to leave our country. Okay. Well, I would love to hear back from you in 2 years how you're doing.
yeah.
Because I have questions about people living in Europe, people living in, you know, other places. Like, tell me, how's the healthcare? How's the cost of living? How's your food? How are you feeling as a person? Are people nice to you?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes if you say you're an American or they look at you and they know you're an American by looking at you, you get treated like crap, unfortunately.
True. Yeah. But and you can't believe everything you every little thing on YouTube or
Nope.
Rumble or Twitch or anywhere else. You're gonna see these interviews, you know, man on the street, independent um, journalists, as they call themselves, and they're going around these other countries and saying, "Do you agree with the war in Ukraine, or do you hate Americans?" And 9 times out of 10, they'll say, "No, we love America."
Hmm. A lot of people are
It's
curious about what it's like here because they see the TV and the movies.
yeah,
Hmm.
and and a lot of them are just, and you're going to get that few that say, "F America," but that's their prerogative.
Which is okay.
That's how they
Yeah.
feel about it. Okay, they were probably brought up in a different era. Um,
Kentucky Goblin, can I get to a point he made quickly here?
yeah,
He mentioned we have it better than most other nations. And I feel that with my heart because I see how other people live. I hear stories from travelers on conditions, what the kitchen cooking situation is. How do you go get food for the day? Bathroom situations. How often do you have to go get food? You can't just keep a year's worth of food under your roof over in some places. And then you fast forward to here and it's a household has 3 vehicles and 1 driver. A household spent $50,000 remodeling a kitchen because they could. You
hmm
have their summer home, their vacation home. You have all these things that make me sick when I look at how other people live their day to day. Because yes, we do have it, I guess, better. Better as feels like the wrong word. Better feels like the wrong word, but um, we have more space in general. We have a we're spread out,
yeah,
you know, than other countries. I think that we, again, with education, it's so hard to learn the truth about us as a nation, and it's so hard to learn about what actually goes on outside of our nation.
hmm
There's just a constant like blindfold when it comes to teaching the younger generation about what actually happens in the world.
yeah,
Kentucky Goblin. Please.
yeah. I don't. I mean, I'm not going to blame if anything goes sideways. I'm not going to blame like Trump or anything. I'm just saying that I'm glad he's there. But on the other hand, also I'm worried that how much good can be done before somebody gets pissed off with us. I think that's where
Yeah,
I'm going with that. It's just
yeah.
you know,
So what's
some,
the worst case scenario? War comes to our land, right? We actually close all borders and we bring nothing in. That's kind of a worst case scenario.
hmm
Um, our money means nothing, which kind of you can see it on the horizon. That's the worst case scenario. We go back to the Dust Bowl and cards that say you only get these 5 things this week. Like that's kind of a worst case scenario.
yeah, yeah, um, kind of a rations, commodities kind of thing.
Hmm. Polluted air more than what already is.
Yeah,
That's the worst
yeah.
case
Oh my
scenario.
God.
I mean, the air in California, in that
Oh,
region, is there a knock at the door?
Cincinnati. I mean, Cincinnati. When you cross from Kentucky to southern Ohio, there's a sign above the interstate that says, "Here's what our pollution index is." You don't even need that damn sign because you can see
Mm,
Cincinnati over the horizon. You can see the brown up in the sky. It's like,
okay.
it's not as bad as Hong Kong. Hong Kong, you can't even see the building in front of you.
They have all those factories and different guidelines as far as where to dump things,
Yeah, they
and
just didn't care. They don't
things
care.
are mass produced for us. Apparently,
Yeah,
it's for us, and the other part of it is when you interview Americans versus pick anybody else, are you happy? Americans are not most of the time, and most of the time the others are like, "Yeah, I'm happy," even though they're living under big, like, "Rrr,"
yeah.
that's eye-opening.
Well, depends what country you ask if they're happy. Nobody.
Yep.
The one to the east, where we get all our stuff from. Um, they have to tell you that they're
They
happy.
can't answer truthfully. Yeah, I know. I know.
Hmm. Might truly not be happy at all.
I think we need to stop funding everything. Like, we pulled out of one already and said, "We're not gonna pay for you anymore." Okay,
Yeah,
let's see how that feels for a little while. Kentucky Goblin, I'll eat Chinese food with you.
yeah. I like Chinese food too. I need some water.
I need to try Indian food. Yeah, get some water. Everyone, water break.
I'm
Hydrate.
sorry.
Ugh.
You're getting dry
Um,
out there.
I'm having cranberry pomegranate juice tonight. I should make some tea. I don't know what flavor to have though. I'd have to sit and look at them and see which one's calling to me. South Florida Sunshine says we, speaking as Christians, should know we will be judged more harshly because we are very rich compared to other nations. And what are we doing with our blessings? Kentucky Goblin says, I see. We ask a question. South Florida Sunshine says, I think the idea of them, WEF, bringing us all to equal standing means the wealthier nations will lose some of that wealth, but it won't be the true wealthy brought lower. And then we got to the Chinese food part. South Florida Sunshine says, I remember that going to St. Vincent in the West Indies at 16, the people had very little but seemed so content to share and were happy. I know. I know. I do have high hopes for the categories I mentioned. I wish that when we file our taxes, we get to have a box where it has categories and we get to pick like 5 categories out of 10 or whatever, and it would be like food, education, justice, all the categories of things that need to be funded in our country, and we would be able to choose for that year. It either, yeah, I'd say by the year, because you file taxes every year if you do it on time, where the tax dollars go. So then those organizations that don't have the funding, they don't have the funding then because the people have spoken that it's not important to them, right? If we had that choice of where our money went to, um, Kentucky Goblin says, questions demand answers, of which I don't think most people can handle it. South Florida Sunshine says that would be lovely. Yeah, cut funding everywhere for a little while and lay low and bring money in and stop getting in debt. And that goes for individuals. Stop charging things to credit cards and not paying the monthly balance and accruing interest for you, those of you out there. Get off of that, please. Grow more food. If you can't grow food, connect with someone local that grows food. It's very important. You need food. What does anyone else have on their minds for this beautiful year ahead of us? South Florida Sunshine says, right, like we were saying, go back to the simple envelope system if you can. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways to budget, and sometimes it feels like people don't own a calculator, even though it's in your damn pocket. Okay, no excuses. What comes in, what goes out, figure it out. Hold yourself accountable, right? And it changes constantly. It's not like you can set it and forget it. You got to look at it. Now you don't have to be crazy about it. You just need to be aware of your money. And it's unfortunate that there's so many swindlers out there and scammers and people that want to just get rich quick and steal. Now there's situations where, let's say a bunch of people are out of their home and they're in a shelter and they're waiting for the government to bring them their food, per se. Let's give that's the situation we painted. Well, in that shelter, you're going to have elderly, you're going to have single people, you're going to have families, you're going to have different languages, you're going to have criminals, you're going to have addicts, you're going to have all kinds of people. And when you have people in a group like that for however many hours of time, things happen. Now, sometimes criminals will be criminals and start stealing from individuals, and no one's taking care of the elderly. Now, sometimes the good criminals, they'll go out and get the supplies and bring it back and help the elderly first. Even though they're bad on the streets, they still could be a decent human in that setting of the shelter to provide for the elderly and take care
Might
of
be
the
the reason
punks,
why they're so tough.
because they understand, assuming there was a thing that happened to them at once upon a time in the storyline, that they had to do that, and they understand the importance of that survival moment and to tell the young punks to quit your shit. Crazy Life Home said, Shawnee, you're so deep. Kentucky Goblin, the math is hard. 5 out of 3 people can't do it. That's a funny line you just said there, Randall. Where are you? Why aren't you up here? South Florida Sunshine, I'm seeing more folks doing side hustles. Yeah, like cash under the table, no taxes kind of side hustles, or a side hustle just to buy food. Guy I'm buying some fig cuttings from sells all the organic fertilizer concoctions and rabbit manure. Duncan says, all we have is a mortgage payment and utilities, but I'm hoping after I get my Social Security, we can double up on those house payments.
Yeah.
Sometimes, Duncan, have you thought about selling everything and going somewhere warmer and having in-floor heating on 1-story level so you don't have to work so hard?
Yeah.
For your future plan? Have you ever thought about something like that? Chris Live Homestead says, Shawnee grows, they become corrupt for the money. South Florida Sunshine says, many of those tough kids were raised by grandparents. And Crazy Life Homestead says, there is no link.
Just a second.
It's out of my hands.
Yeah, I don't know how to make you.
Don't give me powers. I'm good. No.
Okay. No powers for you.
No powers. Nope. I don't want powers. Duncan says, I wish, but Paul will still be working for a while. Okay. Sounds like maybe you have thought about it then. Yes, Paul working is important. I don't know what Paul thinks for as far as working for how long. It's fun to dream. It's fun to go, okay, in 20 years, what would you want, right? Sometimes we don't know if we have 20 years. South Florida Sunshine says, just boot any weirdos and watch out for weenies, Barry. Oh, he knows. He can handle his basement.
Welcome to the stage, Crazy Life Homestead. How you doing, Mom?
Is it, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I heard you just now, yes.
Yeah.
This is an
Carol,
interesting conversation.
We're getting into some big adult
Hoping
topics.
that we're just hoping that our government can fix it.
I feel like some fixing is in order.
A lot of fixing. This has been
There's
going on for over 40 years.
Correct.
So a lot of these Gen Zs that don't know what the problem is, haven't seen it. We knew what it was like before. And that's what the problem is. And that's why they voted the way they voted. So hopefully they'll understand that now cash is going to go back into your pocket instead of taking it out of your pocket. I hope. Something like that.
Well, and some people don't understand you should have cash. Okay, you know that thing called cash? You should have some.
Yeah. But the almighty dollar is shrinking.
Correct.
That's our problem. Until we can get the government to slim down and become more efficient and stop corruption. That's what he meant the first time when he said he was going to drain the swamp.
Okay, I got some cold hard cash.
Woohoo. You hide it. You hide it.
I have cash. There you go.
Woohoo.
See?
I found this
do as well as I am
yesterday doing my route.
Nice.
This was at a gas station.
Was it heads up or heads down?
It was heads up.
All right. I don't know what that means, but great.
Means good luck.
It does. Yeah. That's the one that's good luck.
Yeah. Heads up is good luck.
Okay.
Heads down. Don't pick it up.
And no wooden nickels is what I learned from my dad.
No wooden nickels.
Hi, Fluffy Tail. What's up?
Fluffy Tail. It does take time, Randall. It takes so much time. We don't have enough time. No one world government, says Duncan.
No, that's you got your own water. Don't try to take mine.
Randall, it's hard that our terms are 4 years only because it seems like when the new one comes in, they just, good or bad, erase things that happened the previous year, and you know,
counterproductive.
There's only 2 terms they can do, and anyways, which is, it's been real like that forever. That's fine, but it's just like, can we just have some kind of like understanding when we have a transition? And it hasn't, in the history of it, has that ever happened where there's been a nice handoff? I feel like no.
They're vindictive. Both parties are vindictive.
We need to focus on the people. Right?
That's why the people have spoken. Don't be surprised in 2 years when all of these people, especially the ones in California, are voted out of office because of what's happening. And people are starting to pay attention.
Yeah, there's less trust in just assuming everything's going to work out with them doing the job. There's more eyes on them at this time.
Right. I mean, Newsom is probably out. And Pelosi's probably going to get her plug pulled. So they've been in office too long.
My other problem
managed to screw everything up.
Is I don't think there's enough people going, I'm going to do the job. I don't think we have enough people in the generations below going, I'm going to make a difference and be in that position of government pick a seat, pick a chair. I feel like people aren't grabbing those jobs.
No, my opinion is that, like, just in the Pelosi and Newsom thing, is the current people in office, I will say Pelosi and Newsom, are paying people to vote for them, and they're paying big corporations to enhance that. You know, there's a lot of people that want to get them out of office, but they can't because their votes aren't there.
Yeah.
Abe for
I
president.
mean, you could have, Microsoft, and have you seen all of these big tech companies bubbling up to Mr. Trump over there saying, going to Mar-a-Lago and saying, hey, I'll do whatever you want, blah, 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 but keep me in business.
Well, there's a reason for that too, and it's Musk, because the tech companies now realize that
he's going to start shaving a lot of programs.
Yeah, Trump's got Musk in his back pocket now, and it's like, who's better to deal with the tech than Elon Musk? If anyone's going to get to, I don't know why they want to go to Mars, but if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be him. But it's
going to be a variety.
He's a genius and he's autistic, and he just strives for that next. He doesn't have any goals. Like he doesn't have to set a goal. He just goes and he does it, and it's done.
And it turns to gold.
It's killing me. I wish I was that smart. It's just killing me. AI will lead. Of course, some people were poking fun at the way he got excited on stage and everything. Have they ever watched an autistic child get excited over something? That was perfectly normal. I think I probably would have done it, and I'm not autistic. I think I would have been dancing around the stage like a fool too. But
keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Hey, y'all are cutthroat tonight. Ooh.
For those of you watching the replay, the chat is where we're laughing.
And I had chat replay on all of my live stream replays. So
great. It just takes a couple hours to kick in, though.
Yeah.
By the way, Kentucky Goblin, I have been doing shout outs for you and for Miss Shawnee and for Storm. You've been getting all shout outs on my community tab to get your numbers to boost.
Those two need it more than I do. Those two need it more than I do. Yeah.
If it told me the data of, hey, this person came to you because of Mo, that'd be great. But nobody.
Well, the thing is, I'm not getting commission for it. Yeah, I'm just doing it because it needs to get done.
Yeah, if they wrote in a comment, Mo sent me, I'd really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's more.
I get a lot of that.
Yeah.
If you look at the community tab, I get a lot of that on the community tab.
Okay.
I've subscribed to everybody here, and I usually pick about 5 or 6 of them and put them on there. That's why I've been coming on to lives and bringing people into the community. So I'll throw them a shout out, and especially when they have low numbers.
Boost the trip to your.
They're still talking about it, yeah.
Oh God.
Randall. He says you'll be good now.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lie.
I'm getting a little frustrated, and I've blocked or unsubscribed or just, I don't know if anybody knows this, but in your YouTube feed, you can choose to not see something anymore, like a particular channel, without actually blocking them or anything. You just say, I don't want to see this anymore.
Right. You do the same thing with Facebook.
Yeah, and I've been seeing these channels come out, and they're like, oh, we're going to get a stimulus, but only for some people, or Social Security is going to be revamped, and you're going to get this much, and they're going to get that much, and I'm like,
yeah. I had a porn girl come on mine, and I blocked her.
They just, they're filling people's heads with hopes,
stupid stuff. Yeah.
They get $200 or something added to their.
You can get free gutters.
Yeah.
Or a new roof if your roof is over so many years. Yeah, bite me.
I would love to get a boost on my SSI. That would be amazing, but I just don't see it happening. And I know that they're supposed to be revamping the Social Security Administration.
Well, I thought you were going to be good. Be good.
If we're going to be efficient about it, Kentucky Goblin, I believe it would look like a colonoscopy machine. Yeah. Just hope nobody has to drink that horrible stuff that sentences you to several hours in the restroom. Lord have mercy.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Especially when it kicked in, I was running. Won't do that ever again.
Yeah. Who's yeah. And just thinking, too, I mean, I'm glad I wasn't scheduled for one this week because all my lines were all frozen, including the drain for the commode. I was like, I'm so glad that I don't have the flu or bad reaction to some food or something. It would not have been pleasant. But everything busted loose today, so I'm happy. I was going to say that, but he couldn't spell it. So how was your day today, Mo? Is it good?
Quiet and restful.
Yeah.
I had a busy day yesterday delivering, so I'm pretty exhausted. My legs were hurting. There's two types of trucks. There's an E-truck, and then there's a transit. And the E-truck, the step to get into the pod is a lot taller than the transit. And I had my, it being 21 degrees yesterday morning, I had my overalls on underneath the blue sweatshirt I wear. So I was struggling to get in and out of the truck with the pants on. So I just said, by the time I got home last night, my legs were just sore and pulsing. The muscles were just overused.
Yeah.
So I took a hot bath and I took some ibuprofen, and today I've just been relaxing. They gave us today off because the Atlanta office didn't have electricity, so they couldn't send the deliveries up to us. So I was like, I got a day off to rest. And now I have Monday and Tuesday off, which are my normals.
Yeah.
Usually when I start doing my videos and stuff. So I figured, what am I going to do? So I have a couple of things I'm going to get done this video session. No, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, okay. Surprise then, huh?
Well, I'll probably be the one surprise, but probably won't even be a surprise. I'll be back at the compost now that it's thawed out and start filling up the compost with those wood chips again. And we'll see what I come up with next time. for the next part. I have to make some more banana bread. There you go, Randall. You can talk about your banana bread. And just, stay busy, make dinners, clean house, laundry, errands. I've always got something going on.
Yeah. I still have some cleanup to do around the house and obviously the restroom. But
did any of your pipes burst?
No, thank God they didn't.
Good.
We got, I've got PEX under there. PEX will expand before it busts. But I can't, for the life of me, the only thing I can think is there's a little section that's not underpinned very well. So I'm thinking that's where the cold air got in to the septic. So it was probably just right there where it goes into the septic. There's a piece sticking out of the dirt.
Is this a modular or is it a regular foundation?
It's a mobile home, so it's up on blocks. I sent you the link there, Goblin, but I'll just put it in chat again if you know how to read. But I did send you the link, at least I thought I did. See, I don't know why my laptop won't let me reinstall Facebook Messenger. So what I have to do is go to Facebook, the website, open Messenger up from there. So I may have missed them. I don't know. But
well, usually there's a link on the top there of the chat, and I didn't see it. So there's a permanent link up there. I didn't see it.
I forgot to add it. Cats know how to. They heard me start talking to myself, and they all just woke up at the same time. It's like, what are you doing, Dad? Are you talking to us? No, I'm talking to these people on the other side of the camera. Cats fail to realize it's not all about them. There we go. Well, welcome to the stage, the Kentucky Goblin. Sir?
I know, sir.
I'm sorry. I assumed
you repeated yourself.
I assumed your role in the world.
That's not repeated. What's going on here? Oh, I know what it is.
What's wrong?
There we go. I had YouTube opened up.
Oh.
That's what was doing it. I was going, what the crap's going on?
You were talking back at yourself. God, what was that?
Yes, Carol, I am cleansed. Thank you. I am. Well, I can't say that. I don't want to lie. I don't know. I don't know. But I do not want no colonoscopy right now, unless I have to have one. I've had one. I'll probably do one pretty soon, though. But what the heck? I just so look forward to drinking that elixir of diarrhea that they give you. I just look forward to that. It's just I just can't wait till my colonoscopy is due again. Because see, every year they improve it. They improve
I'm sure
it.
They do.
Yeah, they do. It used to be you had to drink all that crap in one day. Now they stretch it for 2 days. You got to take that stuff for 2 days now.
That sounds like a gamble to me. They might kick in a little extra early. And where are you going to be when that happens?
Yeah, you got to do that for 2 days now.
Yeah.
I don't think I couldn't. I barely could handle it for 1 day, much less 2. Lord have mercy. But I don't know. I don't know why we got off on this subject for, but it's interesting. I guess I don't know. We must be bored.
Think of the poor soul that I sent the sample to. I did that other one where you send a sample to them.
Oh,
Can you imagine? Imagine somebody had to take care of that.
what you do? Poop in a box and send to
Yeah,
them?
pretty much.
I did that. It was very expensive. Poop in the box.
No, this was
Poop
free.
in a box and send
Yours
to
was
them.
free.
Yeah, no, it was free. Yeah.
You're lucky.
Oh,
Mine wasn't. It was
Lord.
totally worth it. It gave me great data, but it was expensive.
I'm sure we're dead, Shawnee.
Yeah. I found all kinds of answers.
Ah.
Everyone, poop in a box.
How would you like to work for that company?
Say that again?
How would you like to be
A scientist in my lab coat,
Hey,
with my
the
gloves
pay-
and my scalpel.
The pay is
my
phenomenal.
microscope.
open the box full of poop?
You can't just poop in a box. It's like timing
I
and
would.
procedure
box
and
into
what
them.
day of the week and did you put it in the fridge or not? There's it's a whole thing.
Why can't you just poop in the box and they just scrape it out of the box?
There's 2 different tubes and you have to
What
mix
are we
one and
talking
don't
about?
mix one.
I don't even know what we're doing, Barry. I don't know. I don't even know. I just what in the world?
I mean, there's only so much you can say about,
Your poop tells you so much, guys.
Yeah.
How would you like to be the postal worker like it?
Well, they don't know what's in it.
Unless they know the
unknown.
company, what the company does, they have no idea. Because I took mine to a drop off. But
What if the bag busts and leaks or something like it in there, and the box starts sinking?
Well, it's it was a tube in a box in an envelope.
Oh,
it was there's 3 walls. It would have had to go. It had to have been ran over.
Was it hard? How hard was it to poop in that tube?
No, you poop in the box and then you scoop it in the tube.
Well, that's not right.
You tape. Do we really want to talk about this? We tape
parachute
to your toilet so it catches it. And then you put the sample in the designated tube for those of you who don't know.
Oh my God.
It's real great.
Oh my God. Why would you want to poop in a tube?
I got to do it all from home.
I'm sure you didn't do it somebody else's house, did you?
I didn't have to go to the doctor is my point.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have to be put under and
that much privacy anyway.
No intrusive machinery was used either.
No machinery was used.
Oh, Sean.
Sorry, folks. That's an exit.
Well, I hope I don't have to do that. It better be well thought out. The kit, because
there's
I
instructions.
think there's some flaws in there somewhere.
There's
Ah.
I mean, there's no way to mess it up. It's pretty well,
I say not. There's no.
The directions are pretty well thought out. Sorry.
Someone
folks,
had to mess up along the way for them to have really good thought out instructions. That's how it works.
I'm sure there's somebody. Let's talk about something else. This is a shitty subject. This is a shitty subject.
Yeah.
It's actually depressing if you come to think about it. If you really think about it, it's depressing.
If you're feeling depressed, I encourage you to garden.
Don't talk about poop.
I encourage you to garden if you're feeling depressed.
And while you're there, you can poop in the garden.
Pet your plants. Pee in your garden. Pee in your garden. Don't poop.
Pet my plants.
Pet the plants.
I can see me right now out there with petting my. Oh, you're such a good tomato plant.
Yeah, and then give it a big whip.
You're a good tomato plant. Oh, look at you, green.
You should talk to your plants.
You touch the leaves and you smell your hand like that. Oh,
And
man,
then and pretty soon there'll be a van pull up with two guys with white and with a straight jacket coming to get me.
No, they're not going to find you.
I know, because I'm gonna be running.
You know where to go. That's
No, I'm
right.
not gonna stand there and let them get me.
No, don't let them get you, everybody.
No, Shawnee knows about that too. She don't. She made that mistake.
Oh.
So I heard.
Doing a research project on the side over here. Don't mind me.
I'm sure you are. Well, you
Yeah.
researching poop.
I can't tell you. It's a surprise.
It's about poop, probably,
Um.
or poop related.
Well, you should poop every day.
Oh, no joke. I'm
no,
glad you
I'm
told me that. I didn't know that.
I'm.
That's why my belly's hurting so much right
There's
now.
people that go 5 to 8 days and then they wonder why they have a headache and a stomach ache, and like there's people out there that don't understand. No, I'm doing research for. I might be on someone's show this week, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to be on someone's show this week, and I'm doing some research to decide if I want to be on this show this week.
Okay, I understand.
Because commitment is hard for me. I don't like it.
Nah,
I like surprises.
just roll with it.
Ugh.
Roll with it.
I like being prepared. I like having a clue of what I'm getting into. I don't like walking in somewhere
Sure,
blind.
you want to know what you're getting into. You know,
Yes.
You don't want to just jump into both feet.
I would no, and I would have to like clock out of my job and take time out of my job to do this.
Oh,
So I'm thinking about it still. I haven't
you're very dedicated if you do that.
I haven't said yes. Because it's like, well, I'd have to go back to work after that to get my job done. Get in, get out kind of a deal. Commit like an hour's worth of my time.
Yeah, free. Giving up an hour's work.
It was you, Carol. You did it. Carol. I was telling Mark, I go, who did this to me?
I can't come on your live right now because why? Well, I'm pooping in a box right now and I have to send it off.
Nope, that was not gonna. I was expensive. I'm not doing it anytime soon.
Well, you can make that. You don't have to do it. Just make an excuse up. Tell me you're doing the research for something. I don't know. You do what you want to do.
See, all it said was Wednesday. Like what day went like this? I thought he meant in 3 days. So I haven't wrote back. That's why I was like panicking a little. Like what? So I'll have to ask a question.
You kind of have to weigh the options there. Do you want to lose the money for not working that hour, or do you want to?
It means I have to clock in late. Like I would have to stay up doing that later. I have to get it done. I have all day. I have a 24-hour window to get it done.
Welcome back, Mo.
Hey, Mo. So it's like, no, I don't want to lose the hours because I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to call it an on-call person. So yes, that is the question.
Like I said a while ago, 3 out of 5 people would agree with you that you should be prepared before you start doing anything like that.
Can't move. I'm so glad that this is the cat's show and not mine.
Are they pushing buttons? What are they doing over there?
Yeah, we can't see.
Well, she just walked across the keyboard, typed a bunch of random stuff in the chat. He didn't hit enter. I just cleared it off. But
that scared me when you done that.
It didn't even face him. He's like, huh.
Shawnee don't want to wait. Shawnee doesn't want to wait 3 weeks.
No, that's worse. That's worse than.
That's when her test comes in for poop.
No, you told me we weren't talking about it no more, Randall.
I can't help myself.
Oh, okay.
I remember what he said.
No, I already
ago.
got all
I like the
the.
banana bread. Yeah.
You never pay attention to what I say because
Oh, sure.
I'm just trying to get the conversation flowing.
Gotcha.
But
Oops, I spelled that wrong.
THAT.
with this bill,
Oh,
THAT,
that's cool.
that. Words are hard.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
So is the so are the skies clear in your areas?
Thank
or
you,
not?
Carol.
But
Are the skies clearing?
yeah,
They weren't when I went out to do the horses.
yeah. So is it regular clouds or man-made clouds?
well,
I can't tell you, that's
both.
too dark.
Oh, or both.
We have a guy over here that burns stuff, so it kind of smells funky out here. It smells like New
Oh.
Jersey.
No.
It does. It smells like New Jersey.
Oh, well, you know what? Go to Seagram's plant over in I believe it's Bright, Indiana.
they
Or
like
Lawrenceburg. I
it
think it's
dark
Lawrenceburg. On a hot, humid day.
dark too.
And
On a
You'll
hot summer
never-
night.
you'll never want to touch Seagram 7 ever again. Because it's the mash
Is
when
it
it's
disco
in
time?
Hi.
It's light
Disco,
over there.
disco duck.
Well, since everybody else is dark, I'm just going to be dark too.
I'm not
Cool.
dark.
There you are.
Well, my background is dark, but doesn't mean I'm dark.
Her house
Shawnee's
is
dark too.
her house is not the center of attention. It's her as a guest.
Randall,
Breaker,
I had the big light on in the beginning of the show. I
like
did a
being
show and
asked.
tell, so you're gonna have to watch the replay because I had the big
I
light
ain't
on.
watching the replay. You don't-
There we go. Oh,
you- oh, turn. I can't burn. I can't see
Well,
Barry.
that's much.
That's creepy. That's very creepy.
It's the glow. Yeah.
I took that bulb out because I had a bulb go nuts on me the other day.
Oh no.
It was flashing and then it quit working.
Everybody, Carol's brain's farting. She said
Brain part.
her brain is farting.
Carol? No.
That's
never.
disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know. You need to take some medicine or something. for that.
Whoa, it's making it all flashy and stuff. Okay, I just gonna turn it down like
Now
that.
leave like that. That's perfect.
Goodness.
Perfect.
I put my cat in front of the camera, y'all wouldn't know the difference, would you?
No, you wouldn't. No.
Mo needs an avatar.
Yeah, she does.
I think it only does that when you're not actually logged into StreamYard. I think it leaves your avatar off. Now I got spots in my eyes from that stupid light.
If she sets her own StreamYard up, then and puts an avatar on it, it'll be there when she goes on somebody else's. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Hmm. How much of the live did you catch before you came up, Randall?
Oh, a small portion.
Oh, okay. So you might have caught the tail end of when I was saying that, I don't think we're going to have the utopia that is being.
Well, no,
That's
it's
right
not. It's going to take. It's not going to be perfect roses and everything, but it'd be a hell of a lot better than what it was the last 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you can look at it, and you got to think the president's got to. There's only so much he can do, but he's going to try. He's going to have to clean up 4 years of mess and dirty diapers and everything. You know, that's the rough part. And, I gotta say, he's got more energy than I guess I probably would have. You know,
Hey, Huga.
constantly on the go. Be in his mid-70s. He's hitting it. I don't know what he does, but constantly. And I guess it's them Diet Cokes he drinks.
People are making a big deal about I think it might have been his celebration, you know, that he won presidency, and he leans over to kiss his wife, but they never made physical contact.
People are going to find all kinds of little tidbits.
I know. It's like,
who wants to do PDA in front of a billion trillion people? Come on.
Maybe she didn't want to mess up her makeup too.
All they expect him to do is give her the tongue right there in front of everybody. That's gross.
How many hours? You don't know how much time it takes for her to make herself up. I mean, you know, why mess up her makeup for?
You know, it's
they're just gonna they're gonna whine about something.
Nitpick. You know, if they wouldn't, that'd be something else. And they made fun of her hat that she had on, and all kinds of shit.
They only do that because they wish they could look like her.
Well, they don't. They don't understand that she was already pissed off at certain ones that were there. And,
the hamburger hat.
And if you could see, and she had that hat over top of her eyes, just like it right there. And that when somebody does that, that means they're highly pissed.
I thought that was smart because then people can't watch her eye rolling at him.
Well, that is also goes along with it. Yeah.
That's why there was no microphone next to her, because you could have heard the eyes rolling.
They, you know, they think they're smart. You know, they're going to always. You're going to have someone out there. It's always, whether it's the president or who it is, it's always somebody out there to nitpick about something like that. Makes no damn sense. And they can't understand, they can't sit there and say that it's not going to be a little better than it was under Dirty Diaper. I won't even mention his name simply for the fact that he doesn't deserve my recognition.
That's Daddy Depends.
Daddy Depends.
Well,
you know,
dependable.
And it all goes down to jealousy too, for the most part. A little bit, I'll say 10% of it's jealousy, and the rest of it is pure evil and stupidity, all mixed in a big concoction of ignorance. You know, common sense. You know, that's what Mr. Trump said. You know, he's bringing back common sense, whether anybody wants to. Everybody has the right to choose whether they want to initiate common sense or not. You know, he's not forcing none of it on anybody. You know, it's just a matter of fact, this is how it's going to be, and that's it. You know, the time of being see, he is a different person than he was in 2016 altogether. He's learned his lesson. And if you notice, he is completely different. He just don't give a shit because he knows these 4 years is all he's got. He's going to make the best of it. He's going to do what he can to help this country. It's not gonna be perfect. No. That's just like you can't. You can get most of it fixed, but you know the main nuts and bolts of the whole thing is that's going to take years to weed out. But if we can get our country back on its feet, energy dependent and stuff like that, drilling on oil and everything, and putting money back in the coffers and stuff. That's going to only benefit not only this country, but it's going to benefit everybody else too. You know, and we're going to acquire Greenland before it's over with. You can mark it down. And we're taking the Panama Canal back also. Now, what will transpire in the process of taking the Panama Canal back? Well, there's several different scenarios that could take place, but the best one out of the bunch is they say, okay, we'll let you have it back. But we have to. Trump is looking long term. He's not looking at right now. He's looking long term ahead down the road. Well, Denmark is in control of Greenland, and it is up for Denmark right now is willing to give it to the United States. But it's under negotiation right now. But you can, before 2 years is out, Denmark will be under our sphere of influence, which we have to have it. Because if we don't get it, there's 2 other countries that we do not want there, period. I don't know. It's just a big, I'm not no politician and don't claim to be, but you just got to be a little bit, use a little common sense on things. I'm just a little man on the totem pole. But it's funny. It's funny how Facebook and different ones are licking his boots now because I believe they seen the handwriting on the wall, and they know what was fixing to happen, and they thought, well, we better go in there and kiss his butt so he'll leave us alone. And that's exactly who knows what was said when they had to be waiting. I don't know.
Laney's been grooming Barron. She's made sure that he had the highest, most
I think
most thorough education. Yeah.
It wasn't a very nice gesture, Hoogie. Just put it that way. You can tell by his lip action, it wasn't very nice.
He was taught all kinds of stuff from his mother. He's fluent in several languages because of her. And I think she's grooming him for politics. If not a bigger role. So,
well, if we don't take control if we don't have some kind of control over Greenland, China and Russia are going to step right in there, and they're going to take control of all them minerals and stuff, and it'll be very bad for us strategically. to have Russia or China that close to us. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. United States.
Right now, as it is, Greenland is a separation between us and those countries.
Yeah. And Denmark owns them. Well, it's part of their territory. And at one time when Trump was in there last time, he wanted to get it then, but they wouldn't go along with it. Denmark wouldn't. And now they're their term is up. So they are needing money bad. So the United States can afford to give them. See, we bought, the Virgin Islands there. We bought that off of Denmark. Denmark sold that to us, the Virgin Islands, and it's only logical to assume that they would sell that. And the people of Greenland, or whether they want to be completely part of the United States or not, but they will be like Puerto Rico. I would assume they would be a province, something like that. But they'd be under our protection then completely, and we'd have control of them resources and that shipping lane coming through the Arctic Circle.
It's a good place to put weapons too.
Yeah, and that's why we cannot have China or Russia there at all. That's not even talking about the Panama Canal. We must have control. That situation's got to be because it's let go too long, and China is stepping. They're stepping in there, and they're getting their foot dug in there, and strategically, we can't allow that to happen.
Well, he's been in office for 6 days.
Yeah. Well, they said that yesterday that he's already done enough and more than in 100 hours than this last administration did all 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
In 100 hours, which is 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Just
be right back.
But he's just not. No, he's not stopping. He's got so much to do that it's just logically thinking that it's not going to get done overnight. And we're not really going to see any really financial changes. I would guess probably 6 months from now we might start seeing it trickle down and stuff, but yeah, I would love to see it overnight, but it's not, this is not going to happen that way. That's not how things work. Food prices are not going to go down right now. I would say by another 6 months. Well, 6 months from now, we probably will see some difference. By then, the oil, the drilling and stuff, the pipeline will be opened back up. That's going to drop the prices of fuel, which in turn trickles down to the food prices and everything else. Interest rates go down. Everything else goes down. It's just going to take a while. But I don't know. I don't. Oh, so.
Good night, Carol.
Okay, good there. Say good night, Carol.
All right. Thank you for stopping in, Carol.
And Bush people.
All right. Sorry, Randall, you're not going to hear Village people on this live stream.
You're not getting what?
village people.
He's not going to hear the village people on this live stream.
You know, people make fun of that. That was done for a reason. What the reason is, I can't say because I don't know. But it just don't,
Oh,
fit in.
look at me.
But it is what it is. And it's got that song stuck in my head now. And I can't get it out of my head. I'll be walking through the house. I'll say it pops in my head. And I'm sitting there dancing and everything. Yeah. Like I need more things inside my brain than that. Thank you there, Duncan. Thank you. What, kitty? Oh my God! In the Navy. Oh my God! There's another one that's stuck in you.
Oh,
That was my favorite out of the two of them.
I looked it up on YouTube the other day. It played a little bit of it. I was going, it's been a while since I heard that one. In the Navy. Where's the gravy? Where's the gravy? I can make a parody up of that. That'd be so easy. Oh, well, that macho man. Oh. Thank you for reminding me of all these songs that I was trying to forget. Macho.
It's because that's payback for all that lovely language you were using earlier.
Huh?
It's payback for all that lovely language you were using earlier.
Oh, yes, I know. Well, colonoscopy and stuff. Yeah.
We had a problem with the horses. They're banging out on the panels back there. So I had to run out.
Hoogie, I don't know how that would work out. I don't know if she has dual citizenship or what. I don't know nothing about their background. I have no idea.
She's married to Trump, which makes her a citizen.
I would assume that would be the case, but
legally she is a citizen through marriage. And Barron was born here in the United States, which makes him a citizen.
Yeah. Which they, on the other half of that, what they were trying to get is them coming over here
and having a baby
and dropping their baby. They'll be pregnant before they get over here, and then they'll come over here and drop their kid, and it'll be a citizen. That don't work that way.
And think that they are legal, and they're not.
No, they're not.
And they have to take the baby back with them, and that's what he was trying to say when he said the birthright, when he signed that birthright document that says it doesn't mean anything. What it means is the fact that if you're here and you're 21 and you could be here by yourself, then it's a birthright. If you still need support from your parents, then it's not. There's no right there.
Yeah.
You can't leave a 10, 12-year-old kid here and think that we're going to take care of this kid.
See, the executive order he done that for a reason, but he got ahead of the game on that because he knew it was going to go before the courts.
Right.
And he had to get the legal lingo out there first. Get it out there.
For there to be a fight.
Yeah. And when it's all said and done, the Supreme Court's going to be the final vote say on it anyway. So.
Well, we had that discussion with, was it 4 years ago? With Biden saying, or was it with Obama that said that the children of illegals that are of age can stay. What was that called?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what they called it.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called back then, but it wasn't birthright.
It wasn't where they was supposedly keeping them in the cages, was it? Is that what it was?
No. This was, I think it might have been Obama.
I think so too. I don't remember it. I don't remember it. No Biden. But I don't know. It's good to have. You got to have that language out there because the legal words and stuff. You got to have that ahead of everything.
Yeah, it can't be pure English.
You got to have that as the background when it goes in front of the courts. That way it can be argued, that way.
Well, I think they tried arguing it a few years back, and I don't know what came of it. I'll have to look it up.
But I don't know.
But if you were the child and you were dependent on your parents and they were deported, you had to go with them.
And even if they went through the proper channels, the parents did and became citizens.
No, then they're staying.
And then it's if it wasn't born here, if they were of age, then they'd all have to go through the process. I would think if they were of legal age.
Well, no, if the parents have a child back then, if the parents had a child that was born either here or off, and the child came with them. If the child was here, they had birthright. If the child was off, they were saying, and they came with their parents, they said that as long as they have documents for the child being born in south of the border, so to speak, then they had a right to be here as long as the parents came through the proper facilities.
Exactly right.
But the problem that we're having is that we have too many cartel and such trouble coming through the border. That's what they're trying to catch.
And we don't know who's what and whatever. So
correct.
They're trying to get that sorted out, which is going to take a little bit. And by him declaring them a terrorist organization, that makes everything a little bit better as far as being able to deal with it.
Right. That's what they were trying to also say this week about Vance and his wife, is that she's Indian, but still she was an American-born Indian. Her parents were from India.
Yeah, they try to twist it. They're trying to gaslight people, and it's not even the same thing. It's not even close being the same thing. They just I don't know. I'm just here for the ride. That's all we can do is ride it, hope for the best, and I don't know. And Shawnee, you got her. I wonder what Shawnee's doing. Probably working.
She's doing very important Shawnee stuff.
Yeah.
Baby. Hi.
I hate to wish time off, but I'm looking forward to spring. I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be here before you know it. We're going to get a taste of it this week.
Well,
part of next week too.
Well, technically, we still got 2 months of winter yet.
Hey,
February, March. I've never seen it. It's still a little cold about the middle of March, but it generally starts going the other way. But I said that, but as crazy as this weather is, who knows? You can't
makes it hard to count on anything being
No.
set in stone. But I think I'm going to make the best of this warm weather we got coming up, even though a couple days it's going to rain.
What are you doing?
Maybe the rain will go around us.
It was trying to mist a little bit tonight. We had got the church had let out, and it looked like it was misting then, but it wasn't very hard. At least I think it was mist. It could have been no telling what it was. You know,
Poe's got flurries at the moment. Ugh. Trying to get rid of the snow.
I say there's going to be still some places here that's going to have the snow, but out in the open, it'll melt pretty quick.
Yeah, I agree with Duncan. We could do with a 70-degree weather. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt my feelings any.
And that's to dry out the yard.
Yeah.
You know, when this stuff melts, it's going to be sloppy.
Yeah, it certainly wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. You know.
It's my, well, way my yard.
Ah!
I have a horse that's fiddling around with the buckets. We have milk crates down there, down on the ground, and then we've got them poked down there with some tent stakes, and we take our water buckets and we stick them in there. And I've got one horse that, since we were feeding them a bucket and a half of grain with all that cold, now she's down to 3/4 to a half, and she's fiddling with the buckets looking for more feed. So she picked the bucket up out of the milk crate and she tossed it. So my husband was like, "What the hell was that?" And we went back there to look, and that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
She doesn't want the hay. She wants the grain.
That sounds typical. Yeah.
And she's foundered. So no, you're not getting any more. So instead we just gave her another half cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll come out of it. If they're founder, they'll come out of it. You just gotta, well, you know. That's easy. Well, they'll eat. They'll sit there and eat. That good stuff. That good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a fat cow anyway.
It's been a long. It's been a long time since I pulled around with any horses.
You want some?
They're all the same. They got temperamental attitudes about them, and
Well, I don't think he's got a big enough lot for him.
they can be ornery and they can be stubborn. Just a mixture. And they can be the sweetest thing in the world, but well, it's just you know, or they can be the meanest one. They can be mean too.
Not mine. Mine are, if they mean, they get put down. They're not staying here.
I've seen them bite people before. Just reach across there and bite people. I said I couldn't handle nothing like that.
No, I had a horse we put down in August.
Yeah.
When she was a baby, she tried biting. And my husband took a tack and taped it to his hand. And when she did, she pulled on him and he went pop right in the nose with the tack. She wouldn't bite again. In fact, she warned the other two that they try that crap, they're going to get popped.
Yeah. Yeah. That smack them around the tip of the nose there. And it usually.
Right on the tip of the nose. Yeah.
That's, they don't like it.
That's like a dog. Yeah. It's very sensitive.
Yeah.
No, she never did that again.
Yeah.
I mean, she would use her lips and she would, nuzzle on you and she would lick my hair and stuff like that, but she would never.
Yeah.
He said he would get rid of her or put her down.
Yeah, you got to, because you can't do it with them. If you don't do something, if you don't try to get it out of them, which is hard to do, unless they're small like that, you can.
You walk much?
Yeah. No, we have too many kids. We belong
Yeah.
to a saddle club, and we had too many kids that were hanging around the horses. So we had to get that out of them.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But mine, you know, I mean, I could put a kid on the back of a horse and they
Uh-huh.
won't kick or cow kick or anything like that. They'll just
Uh-huh.
walk. You know, it's like a little flea on their back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I got good horses.
Yeah. It's
But
just how you
she's out there fiddling. She's out there playing, and he was just like, "What is that banging?"
He's letting you know, hey, I want some of this good stuff. Where's
food.
that?
I said she must be ringing the food bell.
Yeah.
That's why I go out at 9:00, 9:30, because I give them a little nibble, as we say.
Yeah.
But they hadn't eaten the hay that was outside, so I didn't bother giving them anymore. And with it flurrying outside, you know, it's like a slight drizzle, but it's flurrying. They're probably not going to eat it until the morning. So I just kind of said, "Nah, I'll just leave it alone." I gave him half a scoop, and that was enough.
Yeah. Cats think that that the bowl has to be full.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, in the bag better have just been opened. I don't want a bag that's been, closed up for days. I want a fresh bag every day. Every time you fill my bowl. I'm like, it doesn't work that way.
I trick them, though. I always trick them. They fall for it every time. I just act like I just put just a little bit if their bowl's got stuff in it already. I just take just a little bit in my hand and I'll put it in there and just kind of smush it around, stir it up. That I said, boy, y'all easy. I fooled you.
And and in the morning, I haven't even had my cup of coffee. I'm stumbling to the restroom.
Get up here, then. No.
I can barely do that because it's on the other side of the house. Oh my Lord! Will you stop using your claws?
Get up here, then.
And they don't understand that if they get under my feet, they're going to get stepped on, or I'm going to fall. This one's really bad for it. Like, she does that little darting thing.
Oh.
She's like, my foot will be right here. She's like right there next to me, and I've damn near fallen over her. And I keep telling her, you got to stop doing that. I can't see you when you're down there, and I'm looking all blurry-eyed, trying to make it to the restroom.
Let me pick you up. I've
managed to pick a cat up with my foot and toss it.
Barry.
Aw, that's a calico.
Yeah.
Aww.
That's Rusty. The other one's outside. She's mad. The other one's outside. She won't come in. I put her out the other night and she got mad at me.
Who done that?
She won't come back in anymore. I don't know.
Duncan.
Well, thank you, Duncan. What's it say?
She done it once before. I put her out
How
like
do you
that.
change the color of it?
I got after her and put her out, and she got mad at me for
Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate you.
2 weeks.
I got one that's dying to get outside, and I'm about tempted to let him out there.
Listen here.
She's too little. I don't
This here and that other one's sisters. I got them off of Barry, but they're totally different cats. These two cats are totally different from one another.
Yeah.
They don't act like And she was.
Good job, Duncan. Big old shout out.
The other one was doing something that she shouldn't be doing, and I put her outside, and she didn't like it. And I can go out there and pet her and everything right now out there in the yard, but she will not come in.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've been feeding her. Well, she's been feeding her outside, and I said, "Well, I'm not going to force her. If she don't want to come in, fine." Rusty,
they don't.
Kitty, get up here.
I mean, they're all big enough. I still don't feel comfortable letting this one out because she's so little. Like, she's smaller than the rest, but she's part of the same litter. It's
She'll
just that she's so little. You know, I still haven't.
get down. You're gonna
But-
climb around with it.
I think the other ones need to go out. I'm going to let them out the back door, not the front, because
Yeah,
across the road.
let them get accustomed to the.
Yeah,
back.
eventually they're going to find their way around, right? They're going to find their way to the front yard. So.
Surprisingly enough, when cats go outside, they have a scent on their foot, their paw. So when they walk, they follow that scent back and forth. That's why you're not supposed to let a cat out during snowstorms,
Mhm.
because the
Yeah.
snow will cover up the print that they make until it stops
Yeah.
snowing, and then you can let them out.
Cat.
Yeah. But it certainly would give me a little bit of a break because it does, you know, it's cute when they want your attention, but every day and like it seems like every hour. I might be exaggerating about that,
Right back.
but it does feel like it's like every time you turn around, they want attention. When you have that many cats,
Right.
Come on. You want out?
How many do you have?
Come on,
I
kitty.
don't know, lost count.
What's that, kitty?
Literally lost count. Hey, are you mad because you're not out? Because I can let you out right now.
That's what she wanted. She was coming around me. I know that's what she wanted.
Yeah, that's what mine wants right now. He wants out. Jerk.
And I obliged her.
You need to wait till after the live stream. You know?
I could tell exactly when that cat's wanting out.
Inconsiderate cat.
Yeah.
He has 7, you think, Shawnee? Shawnee, you're still part of that panel stream.
Well, okay, that's what happens when you stare at the door. You can't make up your mind.
She's reading. She's researching.
Yeah. You don't know more than us before the night's over. I can't seem to find the sweet spot on this heater. Like, the down button's not working.
No.
Well, there it goes. So you can't push straight down on it anymore. You have to push it to the right a little.
Probably a button, a little thing inside that. Probably dirty or something.
Oh hell! What does he use the buttons?
It'd be better.
I put it on eco and it doesn't use nearly as much. I get a daily readout of how much I used the day before, and when I run that heater on eco, it actually does what it's supposed to do. Save some money. Yeah, tomorrow's laundry day for me. I have
I have
to.
a lot of errands to do tomorrow. It's getting to be that time, so I'm probably going to get off.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it here in a minute too. And
Yeah,
appreciate you coming up, though.
Yeah.
Oh, not a problem. You guys have a good night.
All right, take care of yourself. Take care of
Yeah.
Talk
yourself.
to you guys soon.
Stay safe and
Be careful.
let us know when you're going to put up some more videos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Much love. Good night. Yeah. Oh, that feels so much better, and it's not cooking me. I don't know if yours has got that or not, but mine cycles through the it'll
It probably does, but I don't think that's set on eco.
Well,
Oh,
propane did what the propane did its job when it was the coldest. Kept me warm. There's the Shawnee.
it really ain't that bad out there right now. It's just you need something to cool, keep it warm, comfortable. But I don't like too much. I don't like too much heat at all. I like it to be almost about midway. Of,
Last night I climbed into the bed and I got pulled that sleeping bag up on me and I zipped it up thinking because it was a little chilly in here. Man, when I laid down, I was cooking already. Within a second, I was cooking. I was like, dude, this is too.
Yeah.
So I unzipped it so that I could, push that top flap away if I got too hot. And yeah, it's not a very expensive cheap. It's kind of a cheap sleeping bag, and I'm impressed. But
well, if you think about it, you're not in a subarctic condition anyway. But it does those sleeping
it
bags.
didn't even have a temperature rating on it.
What you got there, as long as you keep your body sealed, it's going to be warm in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had a military one, and that thing would burn you up, son. It would burn you up.
Plus the cats are there too.
And you could lay out on the ground with it. I took it camping a couple times. Back in the day, and I had that thing forever.
Yeah.
And finally got wore out.
What? Meow. Meow.
But
What kind of meow is that? Meow.
the best thing to do, which you probably already know this, if you're going to sleep on one on the ground, it's best to have a small piece of plastic and lay it down and then lay on top of that plastic. It keeps the moisture, it makes a moisture barrier, and you don't get cold.
Hey, dark pond.
I put one underneath my tent when I set my tent up, and it keeps that moisture from seeping up through the tent from the ground. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'll get into tomorrow. I got a few things to do. I don't know. No appointments for tomorrow, thank Lord. I've got some coming up, but not tomorrow and or anytime this week. So I guess I'll be piddling around here at the house and getting things caught up while it's warm. Picking up limbs and stuff out of the yard. And
you got to pick sticks up?
Yeah, I use them. I break them up and use them in my fire pit.
Right. My fire pit's full. I need to burn something in it. It's full.
I keep a steady supply of kindling stuff out from limbs.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'll use all of it. I'll burn it all.
I have a dentist appointment on Tuesday for myself. And then Wednesday is a field trip. We're going roller skating.
Where are we
roller
going?
rink.
We're going roller skating?
We sure are.
Are you going to do any skating?
I don't know. I haven't decided because I have
Will
to
you take videos of you?
Oh God, Randall.
Will you bust your bum?
I can take a picture, but I can't do video.
No, I want to see a video.
I haven't roller skated in a long time, so the kids are probably going to wear helmets.
Well, I know I'd bust my butt.
It's like I don't want to be super sore.
pillows
So-
tied to their.
I might just like stay in shoes and walk them through.
Mm.
I don't think I'm gonna get skates on.
We have a big roller rink up here next to us up here in Danville. It's a pretty good size one. There was a time that I would get out there, but no, not no more.
The one I went to as a little girl burned down, and so this one I've never been to.
This is
And
nice.
I didn't realize they
Nice
still
out
had
there.
them. So my kids are excited. It's not too long of a drive. I hate long drives, so
See, if I was used to keeping my balance like I used to, then I wouldn't have a problem. My balance is not exactly.
they've been ice skating, but like ice skating wrecks me. I'm so sore. For like I ice skated for I don't know. I think it was 15 minutes, and I was like wiped.
Yeah,
Because you're constantly like,
yeah,
I haven't done
Yeah.
it in so long.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Your muscles, especially your hips, is where you'll feel it at the most. It's just like
like you're constantly squatting in the air.
yeah, it's just you're tensed up until you really get used to it again,
And then
you're kind of
falling. I did not fall, and I don't want to fall, because that makes it worse.
Yeah, that's the thing of it. Yeah.
I'm nervous the place is gonna stink.
Yeah.
Like smell bad. I'm sensitive to smells. Like today,
Mhm.
anybody that made food today, I was like, it stinks. Your food
Uh-huh.
stinks all day. I don't know what my deal is today.
One of them things, I guess.
One of them things. So
One of them things, I guess. Is that
that's
Yeah.
I don't know. Other than that, regular business as usual.
yes.
It sounds like I'm gonna do that interview
Huh?
on Wednesday
Yeah.
at is it 8:45 Central Time on Unique Prepping with Zach. Come support me.
Hmm.
I'll have to share a link. Whenever I have the link, I'll share it to my community tab, and you can come over and support me in
deal.
the chat and harass me.
I won't harass you.
Oh, I would.
I
But
hope Randall does.
I don't want it to make her feel any more nervous than what she'll be when she gets on there.
I'm very nervous about it, so
Just be yourself.
it's out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But it's
yeah.
a topic I like, so maybe I'll just let it flow.
You may learn a lot of people stuff that they think they already know, but they don't.
Yeah,
You never know.
it's fun to meet new people, right?
Yeah, I guess a little bit. A little bit. A little bit. You know, you gotta. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna shut up.
It's a short time in my day that I can handle, and then I'm back to my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you get, Shawnee, for being so famous.
Oh, I know.
You shouldn't be so famous.
She's doing really well. She's doing
You
really well.
Thank
Randall.
you.
You need to try to back off a little bit. You know, it's
I gotta hide.
it's causing you mental anguish.
Oh, I just need more gardening then, right?
I
To
guess.
calm me, mellow me out. I need more dirt time, soil time.
You'll get plenty of that when you
What
leave this
was
world.
that?
Huh?
Let's end the stream now, and I will go find out. Y'all stick around in the backstage, and I'll tell you.
Okay.
But everybody that's come in, love y'all. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for the super chat. And we'll see you somewhere on the YouTube streams. I'm going to go see what happens. Bye.
Bye.